Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, look, this one's going to be different. We're ditching the usual formalities today.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's cut the crap.
We're diving straight into something, well, pretty dark, really twisted. A piece of psychological horror that is just visceral, aggressive even.
We're talking Bone Lake.
Exactly, Bone Lake. And before we go any further, like one step further, you absolutely need to know what you're getting into here.
For real, this deep dive is strictly 18 plus. We are going to be using raw language, pretty explicit stuff.
Because the film itself it's intense, graphic. It deals with violence, sexual betrayal, psychological torture in a really brutal way.
So yeah, if that's not your thing, if you're not comfortable with that kind of content, seriously, skip this one. Now's the time. You've been warned. Explicitly.
And the other massive thing, spoilers, total spoilers, we are spoiling the entire goddamn movie.
Every single bit, start to finish.
If you haven't seen Bone Lake yet, it's the 94-minute film. Mercedes Bryce Morgan directed it. Seriously, stop listening right now. Pause it, go watch it, whatever.
Because we're blowing the lid off everything. The killer reveal, the really messed up backstory involving incest, the full body count, the ending, all of it.
Yeah, all the intensely fucked up details. Our mission today is basically to just tear this film apart, dissect it completely.
And not just as like a slasher flick, though it definitely goes there.
Oh, yeah, but it's more. It feels like a masterclass in weaponizing psychological insecurity. That's what we're digging into.
It really demands that kind of scrutiny, doesn't it? Bone Lake, you got Maddie Hasson, Marco Pigossi, Alex Rowe, Andra Nechita. It's this erotic psychological thriller, but it really blends social horror with just extreme slasher violence.
Those comparisons you see, like To Speak No Evil or even Fatal Attraction, they feel right.
Absolutely. Speak No Evil for that cold, calculated cruelty. And maybe Fatal Attraction for that spiraling paranoia within a relationship. It sets a pretty horrific benchmark.
And it wastes zero time. None. That opening prologue, man, it is immediate. Shocking.
Right out the gate.
You see this couple, it's dark, kind of shadowy, but it's graphic sex. On a boat. Then flash of a knife. Sound of a body hitting the water. Splash.
It's such a bold way to start. It basically screams sex, intimacy. In this world, it equals danger. Death.
Totally. It establishes that aggressive, fucked up, erotic horror tone immediately. No messing around.
And it tells you something profound about the setting, about the lake itself.
Yeah.
That prologue, it shows you this place isn't just like scenic. It's a site for ritual destruction.
Yeah, like you're witnessing the end of a relationship being violently disposed of.
Exactly. It signals right away any relationship we're about to follow in this specific place. It's heading towards absolute carnage. Or, profound betrayal. Or probably both.
Okay, let's get into the setup then, because the genius or maybe the sickness of this film is how the rot is already there. It's internal before the external threat even shows up.
Absolutely. You meet Sage and Diego. She's a journalist, career kind of on hold. He's this novelist, but he's stuck, frustrated. They're driving to this super remote fancy mansion by Bone Lake. This is our couple. Fragile doesn't even begin to cover it.
The foundation is it's crumbling right from that first car scene. You see the power dynamics instantly.
Yeah, Sage has got this potential promotion, right? She's got upward momentum. And Diego, his novel's going nowhere. He feels emasculated by her potential success.
That argument they have over the playlist, it's so clearly not about the music.
Oh, totally. It's a thinly veiled fight about control, about whose career matters more, about deeper intimacy issues. They're already emotionally miles apart before they even get to the literal isolation of the lake house.
It's such classic relationship pathology, isn't it? They're trying to escape to this luxury setting, this beautiful mansion.
Like the fancy exterior is going to fix the internal mess.
Exactly. And meanwhile, the GPS is glitching out, the place is incredibly remote, and oh yeah, the lake is named after a 1950s serial killer's dumping ground.
It's like the universe is screaming danger ahead with neon signs. It's almost comical if it wasn't so ominous.
The whole contrast is key. The mansion is all sleek lines, glass, expensive stuff, a total veneer of perfection.
But it's built right on top of this dark, murky history. The lake, the woods, the name itself. It mirrors their marriage perfectly. Looks okay on the surface.
But underneath, dangerous, full of secrets.
And then, bam! The immediate bullshit arrives at the door.
Enter Will and Sin.
Yeah.
Charming, tattooed, ridiculously good looking.
And their excuse, oh, the app glitched, double booking, so sorry.
Like anyone buys that for a second, total bullshit.
It's so calculated that initial infiltration, they use that charm, right?
Well,
The smooth British guy Sin, the sort of sultry artistic type, they leverage politeness to just wedge themselves in.
Forcing that immediate social intimacy. Oh, we'll just share. Platonically, of course.
Yeah, right. The tension is instant. You can feel it crackling. It's just this expert level manipulation, pushing boundaries from the word go. They need to get inside the relationship's walls.
And they know invoking politeness, making Sage and Diego feel awkward about saying no, is the fastest way in.
And if you're actually paying attention, the film drops these visual hints right away. You see the gorgeous infinity pool, yeah, but then the camera lingers just a bit too long on that creepy basement wine cellar.
And that glint of light.
Exactly. That tiny flash, the hidden cameras. That's the moment you, as the viewer, should realize, okay, this isn't just some awkward house share. This is a setup, a trap.
It's the visual language of voyeurism, isn't it? The film tells us, the audience, that Sage and Diego are being watched. They're participants in some kind of sick documentary.
Will and Sin aren't just guests. They're the architects of this whole cruel experiment. And they need every crack, every fight, every moment of weakness recorded.
So the flirting starts almost immediately. Over cocktails, very subtle but pointed.
Oh, yeah. Sin compliments Diego's writer's hands, which is such a targeted thing to say, right? Nods right to his stalled ambition, his insecurity.
Meanwhile, Will is just openly checking out Sage's legs. It's not like aggressive groping, but it's...
It's surgically precise, designed to be noticed by the other partner. It creates this awful layer cake of forced politeness, simmering jealousy, and unspoken attraction.
Will and Sin are masters of triangulation. They don't attack the couple head-on, not yet. They find an insecurity in one partner, flatter the other, drive that wedge in deeper.
A compliment here, a lingering look there.
Yeah.
It makes the partner watching instantly question themselves. Am I not attractive enough? Is he really looking at her like that?
And the film gives us this perfect symbol for their instability. The ring. After a fight, Diego goes off alone and hides his grandmother's proposal ring.
He's going to propose, right? Try to fix everything with his grand gesture.
Yeah, but he's so pissed off and unsure in that moment, he just shoves it away, hides it. It's like he's admitting, even to himself, that things are too fragile right now.
That ring becomes this huge narrative anchor. It's a symbol of the future they think they want, but they're trying to rush it instead of dealing with the toxic present they're actually in.
Hiding it is basically Diego confirming Will and Sin's assessment. This relationship. Vulnerable, unstable.
He's delaying the inevitable question, and that delay, that hidden symbol of commitment, it's going to cost them. Big time.
Okay, so section 2. This is where things escalate. The temptation ramps up, and some seriously bad decisions get made.
Yeah, the psychological warfare really kicks into high gear now. Those shared activities, the swim in the lake, the long dinners, the drinking, it's all designed to erode boundaries, normalize intimacy between the wrong people.
That shared swim scene is pure cinematic manipulation. Slow-mo shots, glistening bodies, the water. It strips away that layer of formality.
It's intensely erotic, but also deeply uncomfortable because you see the looks being exchanged. It forces that comparison. Look at this available body versus the one you came with.
And while this is happening, Will just casually drops the story about the 1950s Bone Lake killer. The unsolved murders.
Presents it like local folklore, just some spooky history. Normalizing dismemberment and murder connected to the very water they're swimming in. It's fucking creepy.
Which Sin then follows up with her art. Laughing off the horror story and showing them Polaroids she took of, like, decayed leaves and gunk from the lake.
Treating potential human remains and murder history like it's just interesting textures for her art project. That is some profoundly disturbing shit right there.
It's more than just disturbing. It feels like she's testing them. Trying to gauge their reaction to the grotesque, almost trying to indoctrinate them into her morbid worldview.
It leads right into that communal lunch scene.
Yeah.
Filleting fish by the lake. Oh my God.
Visceral is the word. Guts spilling out, blood mixing with the lake water they're using to rinse things. It's such a direct, stomach-churning visual metaphor for the emotional and physical gore that's coming.
The external mess mirroring the internal corruption.
Yeah.
Just, ugh. Masterful but disgusting.
And the physical advances keep creeping in. Sin touching Diego's leg underwater, Will giving Sage this lingering shoulder rub. It's relentless boundary pushing.
But the real tipping point, the moment things go totally shit sideways, has to be the truth or dare game by the fire pit.
Oh yeah. This is where Will and Sin weaponize everything they've observed, all those little insecurities they've clocked.
Absolutely. The game forces Sage and Diego to confront their issues publicly, theatrically. Sin kicks it off with that dare to Diego.
Right.
Strip to your underwear and skinny dip.
And he declines.
Yeah.
But He hesitates. He stares a little too long at Sin. He's visibly tempted, compromised. Everyone sees it.
The tension is just out in the open now. No more subtlety. It's raw.
So Sage, probably feeling pissed off and needing to retaliate or assert something, she takes the dare to slow dance with Will.
And the chemistry is undeniable. It's a supercharged dance, all loaded looks and closeness. Diego's just seething watching them.
Then the truths come out, and it's pure espionage. Sin casually admits she and Will have had open experiments before, normalizing infidelity.
And Will teases Sage about her repressed fire, basically calling her sexually frustrated right in front of her husband. They are performing a psychological stress test, mining for weak points.
And while all this is happening, Sage and Diego have another one of their tense, whispered arguments off to the side. Diego tries to bring up their proposal maybe, but Sage is too wrapped up in resentment.
And he was listening in. Will. He overhears the fight, sees where Diego hid the ring earlier, and he just pockets it.
Let's cut the crap. That is not a prank. That's sabotage. Calculated theft of the symbol of their potential future. It's so fucked up.
That act elevates everything. It's not just about flirting or potential affairs anymore. It's active, malicious betrayal. Will now holds the key to Diego's planned reconciliation, and he stole it.
He knows exactly how to maximize Diego's humiliation and Sage's feeling of being stuck, of inadequacy. The atmosphere after that is just poisoned.
Leads right into dinner, more heavy drinking, and that strip poker variant, the final descent before total collapse.
Sin gives Diego that incredibly provocative lap dance. He's visibly torn, like aroused but guilty.
His conflict is the key. He pulls back eventually, but the damage is done. He showed weakness, desire, confusion, and that pushes Sage.
Pushes her right over the edge. Her retaliation is immediate and brutal. The heated kiss stare with Will, full on, tongues visible, right in front of Diego. Total betrayal.
Diego just storms out, understandably. He's a mess of rage, humiliation, confusion.
Then you get those near orgy vibes in the hot tub scene. Steam, obscure touches, blurred lines everywhere, but ultimately, Sage and Diego retreat.
Yeah, they bail on the Greek thing and go back to their room for what the script basically calls angry makeup sex. Raw, desperate, fueled by accusations and jealousy.
It's the absolute definition of trying to fix deep, fundamental problems with frantic fucking. Fuck that. It never works.
Never. It's just a temporary release. It probably amplifies the pain and insecurity in the long run, sets them up perfectly for the final psychological breakdown.
Which brings us right into the deep paranoia phase. The truth starts coming out, and it's way worse than just infidelity.
Yeah, Sage can't sleep. She's consumed by this gnawing paranoia, this feeling that something is deeply wrong, and it leads her to Will's journal.
And she finds it. Coded entries, notes about past couple experiments, references to other guests. The whole sick game is exposed.
Her paranoia is instantly validated. It becomes rational fear. This wasn't some random double booking. It's a pattern, a system, a repeated scheme.
And then the visual confirmation hits her. She starts noticing them, those little glints of light, hidden cameras, everywhere, capturing everything.
Their fights, their moments of vulnerability, their sexual encounters, their humiliation. They've been unwilling stars in some kind of perverse reality show.
The film uses this reveal brilliantly to crank the tension, because now they know they're being watched, but Will and Sin don't necessarily know they know, at least not yet.
Right, and then Diego confronts Will about the ring. He's furious, demanding it back.
And Will, pure gaslighting, plays dumb initially. What ring? I don't know what you're talking about.
Then pulls that ultimate power move, that ultimate humiliation. Suddenly, Sin finds the ring, wearing it on her finger like some cheap prop, claiming it was just a joke.
Oh, the rage boiling in Diego at that point. You can almost see steam coming out of his ears. But they still don't grasp the full picture, the lethal intent behind it all.
Will and Sin aren't just trying to break them up or make them cheat. They are systematically trying to destroy their sanity, their trust in each other, their grasp on reality itself.
Preparing the ground for the final blow.
Which comes next. Sin drugs the wine with hallucinogens. Mushrooms they supposedly found foraging by the lake earlier.
Weaponizing their own insecurities chemically. This is next level fucked up.
Sage gets plunged into these vivid paranoid hallucinations, seeing Diego cheating, seeing betrayal everywhere. Diego seeing Sage with Will. Their worst fears made real, or seemingly real, by the drugs.
It's a psychological masterstroke of cruelty, blurring that line completely between what's real and what's hallucinated. By the time the actual physical violence kicks off, Sage and Diego are already mentally shattered, traumatized, exhausted.
And this leads directly into the most uncomfortable scene, maybe in the whole film.
Yeah.
the forced confession circle.
Yeah, where Will and Sin just drop all pretense. They start openly mocking Sage and Diego's fragile love, dissecting their flaws, their fights, like it's entertainment.
And then they reveal the motive. It's staggering. They own the house, inherited it. They use fake bookings to lure couples there specifically to test their fidelity.
But here's the truly insane, morally bankrupt part. If the couple cheats, they die.
Right, but if they somehow resist, if they stay faithful, they still die.
Because, and get this, Will and Sin need to prove no love rivals ours. Their bond, their twisted connection is the only one they allow to exist. Any other form of love is a threat that must be eliminated. It's absolute psychotic narcissism.
Which forces the question, what the hell is their love? Why is it so unique, so possessive, that it requires the systematic murder of, 6 previous couples plus Sage and Diego just to validate itself?
And that's when we get the flashbacks. The deep dive into their truly, truly disturbing origin story. This is the core of the shit.
We learn Will, whose real name is Thomas, and Sin, Alice, are twins. And 15 years ago, as teenagers, they were abused by their parents. Why? Because the parents discovered their incestuous affair.
Jesus, the incest is the dark heart of it all. They saw their forbidden bond as this pure, ultimate love, and their parents' rejection, their abuse, was the ultimate betrayal in their eyes.
So the retaliation was extreme. They murdered their parents at the lake, dismembered them, dumped the bodies.
Creating the very 1950s serial killer myth that Will was casually telling stories about earlier.
Exactly. They didn't just stumble onto some local legend. They are the legend.
Yeah.
They manufactured it to cover their original crime.
Yeah.
Then they inherited the house and just continued the pattern.
Using the myth as cover, using the house as a hunting ground, repeating their ritual, proving their unbreakable love by destroying anyone else's. 6 couples before Sage and Diego, all ending up in Bone Lake.
It's this horrific, twisted generational cycle of violence and trauma, fueled by this foundational incestuous bond. They genuinely believe their love is superior, requiring absolute, murderous isolation to protect it.
It completely subverts the usual slasher motive. It's not revenge, not random killing. It's this terrifying philosophical need for self-validation through annihilation. Sage and Diego's flawed, normal love is an insult they literally cannot tolerate.
And once that truth is out, the psychological terror has done its work. Dawn breaks. Will and Sin announce their little surprise brunch, and that's the signal the carnage begins.
Yeah, the third act just explodes. Diego, running purely on rage and adrenaline now, lunges at Will.
But Sin is ready, no hesitation. She immediately stabs Sage in the arm with a fillet knife. Shows they were prepared for this, anticipating the violence. The games are over. It's pure slasher territory now. Survival mode kicks in.
What follows is this desperate, brutal chase through the mansion. Will's got an axe, Sin has shears. It's chaotic.
And the film intercuts those flashbacks again, right? Showing the twins slitting their parents' throats on the boat, weighting the bodies. The past violence directly informing the present horror. History repeating itself horrifically.
Sage and Diego, they're stripped bare now. No more bickering couple. They're united by pure, primal desperation. They manage to barricade themselves in the basement.
But Will and Sin are methodical. Will starts torching the wine racks, trying to smoke them out. Sin sabotages the plumbing, flooding the basement. They're using the house itself as a weapon, trapping them.
That basement brawl is just contained chaos. The gore is graphic, and it feels purposeful, earned.
Diego gets this brutal counterattack in. He impales Sin's hand with a corkscrew, pins her to the wall. Savage.
But her reaction, even pinned, bleeding, she's laughing maniacally, whispering that shit like, "Join us, love without limits." Still trying to convert them even then.
It's insane. She wants them to embrace the violence, to become like them. Meanwhile, Sage, who started out so repressed, is fighting like hell.
She is pissed off. She grabs a fire poker and just bashes Will's knee, crippling him. She's not the victim anymore. They've both become these reactive, efficient, frankly murderous survivors.
Mirroring the twins' own ruthless efficiency, in a way. The roles are reversing.
Okay, let's cut the crap. The deaths. We need to talk about the specific, gory payoffs, because the film does not shy away.
No, it doesn't. And the specifics matter thematically. Diego, trying to free himself from Sin's grasp after pinning her, he severs her fingers. Brutal.
And the stolen proposal ring flies off her hand. That symbol of their potential future, tainted by the killers, is physically ejected from the scene. Final rejection.
Will, though injured, manages to gut Sage superficially. A last desperate act.
But Sage gets the final say with him, thinking fast, using the flooded environment. She grabs a toaster, plugs it in, drops it in the water, electrocutes him.
It's pure, frantic, horror movie ingenuity, using a domestic appliance as a murder weapon in that chaotic setting.
And Diego deals with Sin, drags her out to the lake, drowns her. Her screams echoing that fake 1950s lore they were told about. They are literally enacting the myth now.
Becoming the monsters of Bone Lake. And finally, Sage finishes Will on the dock, uses Sin's own shears against his throat. Just total bloody destruction of their tormentor.
The aftermath, though, that's the truly fucked up part, the ritualistic ending.
Sage and Diego, covered in blood, completely traumatized. They drag the bodies to the boat.
They are performing the exact ritual the twins performed on their parents and presumably on all the other couples, dumping Will and Sin into Bone Lake.
Completing the cycle, joining the lineage of violence, that shot underwater, seeing the submerged skeletons of the past victims. It's chilling. They survived, yes, but only by becoming complicit in the lake's bloody history.
And their reaction, not relief, not tears, not immediately anyway, they collapse on the dock and just start laughing, hysterically.
It's that trauma bond, right? Laughing at the sheer absurdity, the horror of what they've just done, what they had to become to survive. They beat the monsters by becoming monsters themselves.
And then, the proposal. Diego fishes the ring out of the water, the bloodied ring, literally stained with the violence they just committed together.
And he proposes, "We're unbreakable now." And Sage accepts, through tears. But she accepts.
Their relationship wasn't saved by talking or therapy or fidelity. It was forged in shared murder. Defined by it, that's their new foundation. Unbreakable because of the horror they endured and inflicted together.
So when you look at those final images, Sage and Diego rowing across the lake at dawn, silent, scarred, staring ahead, not embracing really, just existing together in the aftermath. What does that silence even mean for them?
It means they're fundamentally changed, irrevocably. They went from victims in a sick game to active participants in the cycle of murder and concealment.
You hear the radio crackling in the background, right? News alerts about a missing couple, Will and Sin.
Yeah.
And Sage and Diego just ignore it. They row on. They've successfully hidden their crime. They've become the next dark chapter of Bone Lake.
The film's big takeaway, I think, is how it just savages the erotic thriller genre tropes. It uses that extreme gore not just for shock, but to make a point about how fragile relationships can be and what desperate, horrific lengths people might go to preserve something in the wreckage.
Did they prove their love? Or do they just prove they're capable of absolute, brutal, mutual destruction when pushed? It's a really disturbing question.
Because Will and Sin, the original killers, they believed their incestuous love was unbreakable, and they killed to maintain that belief, to eliminate rival.
And then now Sage and Diego have formed their unbreakable bond by responding to that violence with equal, arguably necessary violence. Their connection is now defined by shared blood, by a shared secret that's infinitely darker than simple cheating ever could be.
Their survival depends on that shared secret, on their silence, their complicity.
And the film just twists the knife one last time with that post-credits tease. Won't let you off the hook.
Ugh, yeah. A new car pulls up to the mansion driveway. Another couple confirming their booking. The cycle just continues. The house, the lake, the temptation. It's still there, waiting. It's just so profoundly fucked up.
It leaves you wrestling with that final thought, doesn't it? When everything conventional fails, when violence becomes the only way to survive, what's the actual cost of the bond that's forged in that fire? What does it mean when your relationship isn't defined by joy or trust, but by shared murder? That question the film poses. When the only way out is to become the monster, can you ever actually go back?
Seriously dark. A question that definitely sticks with you. Wow. Okay, that was our deep dive into the psychological grinder and gory mess that is Bone Lake. If you've got the stomach, seriously check it out, because that was one hell of a messed up ride to analyze.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for diving deep with us into this one. We'll catch you on the next one.